Hi, this is Tony at Casa Esmeralda. How's it going, everyone? Happy Saturday. It's spring planting season, sowing season here, and I'm all excited. There is a nice thundercracker sort of kind of trying to move its way in here, so I think it's a good time to sow some seeds before a big rain comes. So if you like my videos, please do like and subscribe. Hit that like button down below. Maybe just a short video today, and then go inside and wait for the rain, have a nice cup of tea. Okay, so what I did here is as the same as yesterday. There is the top tillage, which is like these top tillage piles when the plow gets all clogged up with twigs and leaves and straw and hay and all this sort of stuff. This stuff is great. It is full of nitrogen, potassium, and all the wonderful stuff that you need to grow food. So this has been sitting here and rotting and composting now for a month. And if you recall yesterday, I think YouTube privatized the video, but what I also did here is the same thing. This is all top tillage, and I did a nice row of 4 different varieties of pomodori. As they say, the Italian tomato, it is called the pomodori because it is of that Italian variety and only available here, although people do grow them all over the world. So I built up a nice top tillage pile and I spread it out, and then I used the root stout method, and I used the chicken mist from the chicken coop, and I piled it and I put the seeds down, and then on top of that I put the mist, the chicken mist, and it is staying nice and warm in here today inside underneath the chicken mist, and it is raising the temperature inside for the seeds to germinate. So it is all good, and just a little bit of water from the watering can yesterday, and that's all. So I got some tomatoes gone, and I want to get some zucchinis in, and I want to get the pumpkins in, because last year I put the pumpkins in where I put the melons in, and it was just all too late. I never got any pumpkins really over the winter. So let's get on to this pile here today. A person that visited me from town the other day said, why don't you cut this tree down? And I says, no, I have an idea for that, and that is this. And if you remember last year, I had some melons. They were huge cucumbers. They were like cucumber melon, and they were huge in size, like the size of canary melons or cantaloupes. And this is one of the variety. This is the landrace kind. This seed is very much available here in the Mediterranean, and this, as the package says, is select variety. So I'm dying to try this out and see how this goes. I want to get this in because this will not grow in the end of September, and the pumpkins will grow. So possibly sometime tomorrow or the day after, I'll get pumpkins and zucchinis in, and that will possibly go a lot quicker than this one, because this one does take about 2-3 months to actually get something edible out of it. Okay, so I'm using the Cetriolo Carosello Barattiere, which is the cucumber melon, and they do get very big. In the store varieties, they're actually a lot smaller in size, but I like to grow them very big because you get a lot of food out of that. So let's go ahead and sow these ones in. And possibly what's going to happen if this works out right, because all of this planting in the ground here is like my first real planting where actually stuff is actually growing, and I'll show you later on in the video, is I'm going to have like a melon tree. It will be pretty cool. And last year when I did this, I threw the seeds down, and they kind of just self-plant themselves, because this is a landrace variety. And sometimes if you go to like places where people dump garbage around here and things like that, you actually just see like squash and this one growing naturally, right? So I got my mound here, and this is also the top tillage, which was a lot of leaves and stuff. And basically it was just that when I was using my plow, there was a lot of twigs and there was a lot of hay and things like that, and leaves and everything, and the plow was just getting stuck. And I just lifted up the plow and then I shook it a bit with the hydraulics, and then it just dropped it all here. And I was just waiting a month basically for this to rot away, and it's come this to the point where it's this very rich soil here. You can see it. It's very dark. It's very dark in color. It's very brown, and you can see it like it's already composted itself and everything. So it's absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you again. So that's this one right here. I'm just going to give this a little shake on the top part where I put the seeds. And then I got my chicken nest here. I'm just going to spread that up. Like a chicken. And just give it a scratch up. And as it grows, I'm going to keep adding more and more chicken mist from the coop. And I'm just going to give this a shake here. Because what'll happen is if the sprouts germinate, sometimes then they get stuck and then they don't pop up through the chicken mist, and then it dies. So you got to be really observant when you're doing this. And it starts to germinate and sprout. And this one, because it is a landrace variety, it can grow up to like 4 or 5 meters wide. So it's pretty incredible. Like last year, it was like over 4 meters just from like 3 of them. So majority of them, they do not like survive. It's very hard from seed to actually germinate this and make it grow. Because I did try down here the sprouts from the greenhouse, and actually one died, and there's 3 there, and they're doing like sort of kind of, because this is landrace, it just grows naturally here in the Mediterranean. There's really nothing you need to do with it, just give it lots of natural fertilizer. Okay, and then that's it, and then that's what basically that looks like. And we just wait for the sprouts now because they're decked with the chicken mist, which will start the heat, which will generate the heat and everything. It will make it start to go. There's just one section I see there a little bit, and I'll do that after. So everything's okay. So we'll just take a quick look around the garden. And we got, these are all sprouts. So I did these like about now 2 and 3 weeks ago. So over a 2-week period, I said I put in over 300. So these are all squash. There's like 3 squash varieties. I'm a huge fan of melon squash and cucumbers and a little bit of tomatoes. And I want to plant some more tomatoes this year for making more sauce, because I did run out of sauce in the winter. So these are all squash, and some are really coming along, and I'm using natural fertilizer of the potassium, the nitrogen, and the phosphate, which you need for growing. And as you can see, like the melons, like these are the melon zannies, they're sort of kind of iffies, and that thundercracker is really coming here. So, and the carousel is over there. You cannot see that. See, like the pomodoris here. These ones I did sprouts from the greenhouse. So, these are now like about a month old. So, and this is like the first week of the 100 days of growing food organically. So no chemicals or anything used, just natural fertilizer. And then this is all iffy because I have not really put any chicken mist down here whatsoever. And I just got, well, if that rain comes, I'm just waiting. If that rain comes, I don't need to put water down because it will just be naturally. And then this is my natural fertilizer bin. It's all full. It's half the well water and half of the rainwater, and then it's like of rapa and some other herbs that all have the phosphate and the potassium in them. And the nitrogen itself will be released from the hay, the straw from the chickens. And then this one down here, these ones are growing, so I'm just waiting on a rain here. So this is another squash variety. So actually one is going to be of a purple, and then some are going to be of green, and then there's going to be like pumpkins in the natural garden. So I got to work on the natural garden, and I put zucchini and pumpkin in there because I want a garden that's gonna, for sure, because I know that natural garden, and the chickens are always over there by the watering cart, and they're always down there in that natural garden. So I will not really need to do much except put the seeds down. So everything is slowly sort of kind of growing now, and I'm really stoked about this. And what this is you want to just get a tub, like when you get a tub and put that in your kitchen sink, and then throw all your food scraps overnight in that tub that you have, like your fruits and your vegetables, not your other ones, but just your fruits and your vegetables and your eggs. And if you throw that in overnight in gray water that you're used to cooking and wash, that you're used to that you use in your kitchen, that's no chemicals or anything, you can next day already have a fertilizer. So that's what I've been doing here, and as you can see with my other fertilizer, it's really responding well and it's really growing. And this is about 2 weeks now. So these are all about a month old, almost in 3-4 weeks, and these are really coming along nice. And that's the natural garden, and I'm going to do zucchinis and pumpkins in there, and I'm not going to do the mistake of melons. and because the temperature right now, it's not very good for melons. Last year it was already in the high 20s, low 30 temperatures in the first week of June. Just a long winter here. The greenhouse has been revamped and everything, so we just go back here. And the bananas, I actually took the bananas out today and they've been in the greenhouse. So I planted these guys from seed last year in August, so it is like 10 months. First week of August last year I planted these, and they're doing sort of kind of iffy since I took them out of the greenhouse. I did take them out of the pots here, so maybe there will be something other. I will build like a mini greenhouse for these bananas here, something out of plastic or something, if I get around to that. Okay, so just waiting on this thundercracker right now to come rolling in here. This is Tony at Casa Esmeralda. I hope I've inspired you to go outside, to grow your own food, to live off the land, just to do things outside and get outside and enjoy the goodness of planting and growing your own food. Thank you for those who have liked and subscribed. Hit that like button down below, and I will see you all in the next video on planting pumpkins and zucchini. Take care and bye for now.